Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, sister. So you're in a scenario now where you're feeling a bit frustrated because you're living with your brother-in-laws, mostly in this case. And actually it's quite a common scenario for couples to be living with their in-laws, not necessarily always the brother-in-laws, most commonly the mother and father-in-laws, but in this case you're with your brother-in-laws. And this is causing you quite some distress at the moment. And you have your own house as well, which makes it even more difficult. And you want your husband to come and live with you there, because it's there and you guys can build your house together. But unfortunately, it seems he doesn't really want to do this as well. So I think the first thing we need to do is try and understand things from his perspective as well. So it may be there are a number of different explanations for why he might not want to move into your house. So just to name a couple, maybe this means moving out into the house with you means he now would have to step up and take on the responsibility full time as a husband with no other distractions. This is one potential explanation. Alternatively, it might be that the house belongs to you, and he wants to feel like a man, like he's the one that's providing the house. And if he's to move to your house, then maybe he feels like he's not going to be fulfilling his role as a husband because it's your house that he's going to be living in. So this could be another reason why as well. Obviously, you know him better, so you could think about these different alternatives as well. And when you understand things from other people's perspectives, it can help to make things easier when moving forward with them, to make it easier to communicate with them. So I'd begin with looking at things from his perspective to try and understand why it is that he does not want to move into a house together with you and live that kind of married life. Another thing you could potentially consider, maybe it wouldn't work in your scenario, but you know yourself better and the people that you're living with better, but maybe you could approach the sister-in-law that's living there as well. Maybe she could speak to her husband, who is the brother of yours, to really address the issue. As well, this could be another option. But one of the main things really you could consider is some kind of compromise. Maybe you could suggest to your husband that maybe you go and live in your house for maybe, just at the weekends or just 1 or 2 days a week. And the rest of the time you'll stay in with his brothers. So drawing this kind of compromise as well might be a good way to move forward with this, to satisfy your own desires to live in your house, but also your husband's desire at the moment to be living with his brothers as well. So this is one option. But maybe he is not up for this, so you might have to go back a step and start working by you going back yourself, once or twice a week, and just really using that as your space to get away. It's not easy living with other people, and everybody does need their space. And, this is adding to your stress at the moment. So how about you go and spend some time in your house to get your space away from the kind of crowded environment that you don't want to be in right now. And this will help you to kind of gather your thoughts and just kind of, have it that breathing space, so to speak. So maybe you could do that. And perhaps maybe, not even for a whole weekend or a day with your husband, you might invite him just to come for dinner or something. And in the meantime, as you're going back to your house, use this as a means to take control of the situation. You want to build a home, so build the home in the flat that you have. Because this one, there's nobody else there, so you have control over how you're going to decorate it and what you're going to do with the house. And use this time in your house to be able to fulfill this need that you have yourself as well. So you're getting your way by doing it by yourself. And I know at this time your husband wouldn't be there, but it might give you a chance to kind of feel you have that control. And maybe then you can, once you've done what you want to do with the house, you can be inviting him over, and you're not directly telling him that you want him to come and live with you in the house. Then he'll come and see how beautiful the house is and how you've made it a home, and maybe he'll desire then to come and live in the house with you. So this is a more indirect way that you don't have to be on his case all the time and making him feel pressured to move to the house when maybe he doesn't want to, or maybe he has other reasons why he doesn't want to. But if he sees the place looking nice, maybe he'll want to come and stay there, even if it is just for the 1 or 2 days a week. So really going back and taking baby steps right from the beginning to try and get him to come and live with you in your house. And, maybe there are other compromises that you can make. Maybe, like I said, he doesn't want to live there because it's not something that he's provided himself, and he feels like as a man and as a husband and a father, he's the one who has to provide the house. So maybe some kind of compromise that you could go and live somewhere else, of his choice as well. So this is another option. So there are different options that you can follow that inshallah will make things easier between you and your husband and improve your future together, that will have you eventually living together as a married couple with your children, inshallah. So may Allah make it easy for you and guide you to make the best decision and grant you happiness with your husband in this life, in the next. Ameen.